to you from the United Kingdom. And since I'm here, I thought, what better time than to talk to you about the Premier League title race. Now, this weekend is going to be about 2/3 of the way through the season. And of course, the big question is, can Arsenal finally win their first Premier League title since 2004? It's fair to say that the Gunners have been a bit of a nearly team the last 20 years. After all, they finished the last 3 seasons in second place. But now they find themselves 6 points clear of Manchester City at the top of the table. Surely then, there's no better time than for them to win the title this year. And they've been very patient with manager Mikel Arteta, who's in his 7th season at the club since taking over in 2019. And Arsenal fans are surely going to be hoping that that patience is finally rewarded. Well, they play Sunderland this weekend, who have been defying expectations all season after being promoted through the playoffs last year. They've more than been holding their own in the Premier League, and Regis Lebris's men occupy an impressive 8th place. Last time the two teams met, Sunderland scored a stoppage time equaliser to draw 2-2 at the Stadium of Light, so it's going to be a very tricky encounter for Arsenal. Now, what about their closest challengers? Well, Man City in second were a very Jekyll and Hyde team last season, and some of that has carried through to this one. I mean, apart from beating Wolves, who frankly everyone should be beating, they've not won a Premier League game in 5 matches, including a derby defeat to Manchester United. Of course, look, they've got a selection of superstars at their disposal who can turn it on at any time, including 2 of the top 3 Premier League goal scorers right now, in Erling Haaland and Antoine Semenyo, their big winter transfer signing. And of course, look, Pep Guardiola is probably the best coach in the history of the game. On paper, they've also got the best team in the league, and more important, they've got recent winning experience, something that Arsenal just don't have. But they've also got a difficult tie this weekend as they travel to Anfield to play last season's champions Liverpool. Finally, I think we've got to talk about Aston Villa in 3rd place. Now, they might seem like a long shot, and in truth they are. They trail Arsenal by 7 points, but they've done incredibly well to keep pace with the top of the table all season. And they're above many teams you would traditionally expect to be above them, such as Chelsea, Manchester United, and of course, already mentioned, current champions Liverpool. I think Unai Emery's done a very, very great job. He's an incredibly pragmatic coach, and he's now in his 4th season at the club. And he's turned Aston Villa from relegation battlers when he took over to regular European sides. And let's not forget, they probably gave PSG the toughest match last season in the Champions League. So it shows they're more than capable of beating anyone on their day. Again, like the previous 2, and it's becoming a bit of a theme this weekend, they've also got a tricky tie away to Bournemouth, who are slowly establishing themselves as a Premier League staple. If you want my prediction for this weekend, I'm going to go with a 2-1 win for Arsenal, a 1-1 draw for Man City, and a 2-2 draw for Aston Villa. But look, whatever happens, you'll be able to catch all of the action live on TV47. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Charlie Rowing, coming to us live from England, with of course the latest, his predictions, as well as a look at how teams will form or how teams will participate. Quickly, of course, tuanze na rafiki yangu